Hi, I'm Bryan Thompson, and welcome to News Up Now. Today we have a special edition in our segment. This is my friend Sarah Lee, a talented filmmaker, and she will be joining us on our exploits in her new film, Asians/Americans. How are you doing, Sarah?
Good. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure to have you on board. So what can I learn about your new film?
Yeah, so it's about a woman who's forced to re-examine her identity after a chance encounter with a stranger.
Really? An encounter?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like a pleasant one.
Well, you'll have to just watch the film. Yeah. Just to see what happens.
Okay, and when is it going to be released?
We are currently in post-production or pre-production right now, and we are looking into a finished date of August.
August?
Beginning of August.
Okay, so, got some time to prep, make
Yeah.
sure the popcorn's ready.
Yeah.
So, what do you hope to gain from this project?
I just hope to gain more visibility for Asians in film, just especially with the recent years of whitewashing that's happening in Hollywood. It's definitely propelled me to really, kind of do something about that.
Mm-hmm.
It's really upsetting, and I feel like especially the movies like Ghost in the Shell and Great Wall and Aloha, where the main actors and stories are focused on Asian people, but they're replaced by, people of white descent, so it's kind of strange.
Very true. Don't forget the Doctor Strange.
Yes, exactly. Yes, thank you for bringing that up.
So, how did you come up? Was that the motivation that drove you to produce this film? Or it seems like this person who has this type of encounter, no spoilers,
Yeah.
it seems like it could also take a slightly dark turn.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that there is, the main reason that I created this film is basically based off of a lot of the experiences that my friends have experienced, and I've heard about, reading online and, my own personal experiences. It's a very personal film to me, and, these events that happen are can be kind of dark sometimes. Yeah.
So did you write, direct, and produce this film?
Yes. Lots of wearing hats. And gonna be acting in it. So I could be kind of crazy for doing everything, but it's kind of like a passion project that I'm really passionate about, and I feel like I want to just be able to create as an artist, and I think this is a great vehicle for me to do that.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, passion projects usually turn out for the better.
I hope so.
Yeah, because they're not usually driven by power-hungry money scavengers.
Yes, exactly.
But on that note, in a positive way, you did reach your goal.
I did, yes. We reached our goal for funding. We did an Indiegogo campaign, and we actually made our mark before the actual campaign was over. We still have 8 days left, and we're still getting some money trickled in, which is wonderful.
8 days.
Yes.
So don't be shy. Make your donation. Make the film bigger than it can be.
That would
Standing
be
by, we have Sarah Lee right here. But thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure. That's a really crucial thing, is breaking stereotypes all across, especially what we've seen in recent events with these films of Caucasian actors taking these roles.
Yeah.
And you have to ask, it's not just Hollywood, the casters, it's why are they accepting these roles?
Yeah.
If are they not acknowledging what's happening?
Yeah.
And so it's a very big issue, and I appreciate the work you're doing here.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Now, President Donald Trump blames China and Mexico for stealing American jobs. But as Fred Katayama reports, economists say most jobs are lost to automation.
An abandoned auto parts plant in central Indiana symbolizes the fading fortunes of working-class men. Then presidential candidate Donald Trump got more than half the vote in the surrounding county as he accused China and Mexico of stealing American jobs. Some jobs have been lost to low-wage countries and trade, but not by as much as Trump makes it out to be. Ball State University economics professor Michael Hicks says trade accounts for 12% of jobs lost. 88% was due to automation.
And our study was fairly clear, I think, as others are, that trade accounts for some manufacturing job losses, but the majority of those losses of manufacturing jobs are due to automation and productivity.
Take Carrier. Trump lashed out at the air conditioner maker and its parent United Technologies for planning to ship 2,100 jobs to Mexico. The company compromised. It'll still move 700 jobs at this plant in Huntington, Indiana, south of the border. But it'll keep 1,100 jobs at its Indianapolis plant and invest $16 million to automate it. Its CEO says ultimately there will be fewer jobs. But economists say automation is a good thing in the long run by boosting productivity. Forrester Research estimates it'll produce nearly 14 million new jobs in the next decade. Take Indiana, the state most reliant on manufacturing. Cummins, the engine maker, has added 9,000 jobs in the past 5 years as it boosted automation. This robot flips a 2-ton engine in 5 minutes, a job that used to take 25 minutes using ropes and cranes. Darren Wildman is the operations leader in the Americas at Cummins.
It helps employee safety, generates an improved quality product, and then obviously those things generate more jobs.
But like many states, Indiana faces a skills gap. Georgetown economist Nicole Smith.
And the reason I'm concerned is that Indiana still lags national averages in terms of high school graduation rates. It still lags national comparisons of percentage of high school dropouts.
Back at Cummins, it's taking a week or two longer to fill highly skilled positions than a decade ago. The company has teamed up with local schools to retrain workers. Amber Bernard is taking courses to pick up preventative maintenance skills.
Machining, programming, you know, like when there's an issue, if a machine has a problem, why did it happen? How do we prevent it?
Trump worries about offshoring, but Hicks says automation helps the U.S. keep jobs.
And that production does all kinds of other things. It demands power, it demands transportation. So while we've lost 7.5 million manufacturing jobs since peak employment in the late 1970s, we've gained closer to 10 million logistics jobs.
Trump has since toned down his rhetoric, saying the U.S. can renegotiate a trade accord with Canada and Mexico instead of scrapping it.
Speaking of President Trump, in an event last Thursday, former President Barack Obama, took a swipe at his successor, noting that polls have shown the Affordable Care Act to be more popular than President Donald Trump himself. A person who attended the event paraphrased Obama's comments to CNN, saying Obama told the audience in Manhattan that the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare, is more popular than the current president. Well, that is all we have for today. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Be well.